and you see a player that has been released njengo Coutinho, and lo mdlali aphinde azoshaya 2 goals in a very crucial match against nina nibe namrelease, kusounda kanjani lokho? Is it not like chickens are coming back home to roost for Barcelona?
Definitely, if a person is a supporter, even if you are a player or a coach of Barcelona, it's hard to take. We know from Liverpool, Coutinho is a quality player. So we have to ask questions, what really happened at Barcelona? So for Coutinho to come there and score those 2 goals, from a Barcelona's perspective, it's very painful to take, but it also goes to show, Barcelona has made a couple of high-profile signings that have not lived up to expectations. You take Coutinho, you take Dembele, you take Griezmann, all of these players, they were doing well, corner. So why are they not doing well for Barcelona at the moment? If you've got one high-profile player who is not living up to expectations, it's understandable. But at the moment, it's 3 players. It tells us something is wrong with set up here Barcelona as we see.
What do you think of Thomas Muller, most underrated player?
Definitely, that's the pillar. That's the pillar. Bayern Munich. It's one of those players if you don't pay attention to tactical details as a supporter, you will not enjoy watching him play. But from a technical perspective, there is a lot I let tell you to Bayern. I don't know if you had the opportunity to listen to our interviews working. The mentality of Thomas Muller, he's got a winning mentality, I remember in the game against Chelsea, in a pre-match interview, he said something that we want to start strong so that Chelsea will not even have the chance to hope for a miracle, So Thomas Muller has got this typical German warfare mentality, but even on top of that, his maturity of the game. Look at the first goal that he scored, or rather the goal that he scored against Barcelona. He did not connect perfectly with the ball, but Ukonile improvised to put enough power behind the ball and score. So Thomas Muller plays a critical role in that Bayern Munich side.
Thomas Muller is one of the players. Reminder on Kumbuza Kakhulu, one of the legends in England, Steven Gerrard.
Yes.
That guy who will always be fighting, will playing direct. He won't have take too much time on the ball. He will always try and connect, looking at the target, hitting a goal are crucial. So he's one of those players. I'm players now most underrated, but they bring a lot in terms of the winning mentality of the team.
Ngathi kuyinto enhle kakhulu sesibheka nje imidlalo khona osukwini lakusasa Lunga. Asibheke ifinal ekhona ye-UEFA Champions League between ama-team afana nabo Bayern Munich ne-PSG. Sibheka iquality yala maqembu amabili. Wena moyibheka equality njani if wabheka omabili?
Both of them are high quality. They've got high quality players. But to be honest with you, Puti, I think PSG, they need a miracle class. Is it tomorrow or tonight? Tomorrow, yes. I think PSG, they need, PSG, they need a miracle class to go through the Bayern Munich side. I think it's 26 or 28 games now that they are playing unbeaten. So the last thing that they want is that they are going to lose this winning streak in a final. So as much as PSG now, they've got quality,
yes,
but I don't see anything happening Sasa other than Bayern Munich winning the Champions League. They are just, at every position, you can, like sometimes we say a team is quality, but when you begin to break them down position by position, you can end up seeing loopholes. There is no loophole in that Bayern Munich side. You can take it from the goalkeeper, all defenders, the midfielders, the attacking players. I'm not loophole in that team.
Yes.
So I don't see PSG going through going through Bayern Kusasa. I know maybe before starting this interview,
Yes.
you're going to ask me to predict and help them up.
Obvious.
I mean, if a Panther has 10,000 rand, let them put it in Kusasa.
So kusasa nje you say onomfazi akamfake la lapha ebhethini lapha ngomfazi.
Ayo, uzomthola back.
But yes. Mhlawumbe ukuthi iBayern ibukeke njengabantu ababona abangaze banqoba oswini la kusasa. Lokho kubona emqondweni akubakhathazi yini because ngiyacabanga ukuthi nikwabona kubanako lokho emqondweni ukuthi Joseph Sithole nePSG obvious kumele siwine lo mdlalo sidlala izinga lethu liphezulu kakhulu. Mhlawumbe imentality yabadlali injani kuba strong mesobheka nje imidlalo kamuva bathe bayidlala sibuke nalo beza kulowa kusasa. Lokho ngeke sikubone kubaphazamisa because siyacabanga ukuthi ibona abantu ababhekwe kakhulu nabo bayakwazi lokho.
Yes, definitely would be that factor can always be there. But one of the things that I can say it addresses that question we is look at the number of experienced players within the Bayern setup.
Yes.
So it's not just in terms of talent, it's also the experience. I mean, Manuel Neuer, the goalkeeper, highly experienced. David Alaba, experienced. Thomas Muller, Kulumile Naya, highly experienced. Lewandowski, highly experienced. So you've got a lot of experienced players in the team. So in terms of leadership and mentality, you've got more than enough players to bring in those factors. And it's for that reason, Guti, I don't see PSG finding any way beyond Bayern Munich. There's just no loophole in the team. I don't see it.
Mhlambe usungasitshela ukuthi usuke wezwa kuke kwaba namahebezi athi Neymar Junior angenza angadlali ngenxa ukuthi ke why exchange i-shirt like with one of the players in the semi-final breaking our protocol rules UEFA. Is there any news on that?
So far, I've not read or watched anything confirming that. I'm still also under the umbrella, but it's a rumor. But if that is true, then it's going to be a very big blow for PSG. You know, even though they are going there as underdogs already,
yes.
They need to Neymar. You know, they need to Neymar. But one thing I know is that at the moment, UEFA are very strict with their rules as part of the conditions of preventing the spread of COVID-19. So it's very highly likely that Neymar might not play. We hope not, but very likely.
Mina nginakho ukuthi ngikubuza umbuzo ngikubeke nje esicongweni. Ngithi kuwena uma ngabe kuthiwa umqeqeshi we-PSG against inside othi wena wena it's 100% guaranteed to win tomorrow. What do you do? What do you tell your players? How do you prepare for such a game?
You know, but, I wouldn't want to be in that situation, but if I was in that situation, and I mean that's why Bakolimali is to help the team in those kinds of situations. But from a tactical perspective, if I were in the shoes of the coach at PSG, number one, let's not try to take on a Bayern toe-to-toe, you know. Let's sit back and make sure we defend with a reinforced defensive block. Make sure we deny them space in our final third. So in essence, let's not try to go 50-50 with them because part of the mass, you know. So I'd rather just try to wait for them and wait for areas where we can counter-attack, use the pace Mbappe, use the pace Neymar. Because if you try to go pound for pound with them, they are going to harm you, as you saw what happened to Barcelona. Most definitely is try to minimize mistakes. If possible, let's try to go into halftime, win or not. And then, because they come into this match, they've been dominating all their previous matches, talking about Bayern. They've been dominating all their previous matches. So if PSG can push them to halftime, not at 0-0, it's going to frustrate them. And then when they get frustrated, obviously they'll start committing more numbers forward. That's where the gaps are going to open up. And then those gaps can be exploited through a counter-attack using the pace of Mbappe and no Neymar, even Di Maria. But going pound for pound with the Bayern Sasa is going to be a very, very big mistake.
So in closing, Scott Lunga, since Kosako Saul Mdalo or Kono Swilaxas?
I can give you two score lines for Sasa, The first goal line is that if the PSG are going to go with a defensive approach and
Yes.
wait for Bayern to make a mistake, I can give it maybe 2-1 to Bayern, or 2-1 to Bayern if that can be the approach of PSG. But if PSG will go pound for pound in the Bayern, we are looking maybe at 3-0, 4-0, somewhere around there.
So mina ngithi asivumelane lo. uMessi Madonsela siyambeka as a prize. PSG yawina ngiyamthatha uMessi Madonsela.
Oh my God. No, but the confidence is that high.
Is that high?
Is that high? If PSG
Abalaleli
wins,
balalele mayiwini PSG uMessi Madonsela uhamba nami ne.
yeah, but man, I win the PSG.